Hello and welcome everyone to the third day of Ethical Hacking Cohort. We have with us Mr. Jatin Jain. Hello, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Jatin, sir, is a senior manager at Cyberyan Training and Consultancy, and today we are going to talk about Osintframework automation tools. Over to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Nirupama. Uh, yes, guys. After some delay, then some unavoidable delay in the things. So now I am back with this, the third day of this ethical hacking. So, in this ethical hacking day, we would be covering this OSINT framework. And apart from showing you the OSINT framework, the tools which we will be using, I will also be explaining you one or two automation tools. Like I will be explaining you the Shell GPT, how we would be using this GPT to on the shell of a Kali Linux. And apart from this, I will also explain you one of the tool which is used widely in the organizations and the corporates, which is termed as this multigo. So I will explain you all the things one by one. So let's start with this OS in framework. So yes, if any of you have joined today, so I urge you to watch the 2-day videos in which we have talked about the first day. On the first day we have talked about the ethical hacking methodology, and on the second day we have talked about what does this phase reconnaissance means. So now when we talk about this reconnaissance, so there is a website in which all the OS in categories are being listed here, and there are some tools which can be run on this Kali, and there are some tools which we can browse on the browser. So let's see what we will be doing first. So yes, so take an example. If we want to search for a username, like I have a username, I want to check on which websites this username is listed. So you just have to click on this username. Then suppose if I click on this username search engine, so see, you get to know a lot of websites here. So let me show you this, what's my name. So when I click on this, what's my name, it tells you like what type of username, which username you want to search. So let's suppose I give a name here. So I can give multiple by assigning the commas. But as of now, I just give this username, and then so see, the tool has now started, and it is continuously searching for that particular username all across the web. So all the websites, so it is now searching for this 635 websites, and on which it has found the John Doe as a username on 51, 52. And apart from giving you the details, it is also showing you the details in a tabular format, which you can copy or which you can download in a CSV or which you can download in a PDF file. So accordingly, you would be able to look into this. So this is the basic tool, and I urge you to check all other tools and let us know like if you find any better than this tool. So let us know. So now, if I go to the second option, that is the email address. So if I talk about this email address, I go to this email search, and for example, I open this, that's them. So then when I click on this, so it says us to verify. So quickly we will verify our identity, and here we have the option to search by an email. Of course, it gives you an option to search by name, address, phone number. So if you have any name, if you have any address, if you have any phone, or if you have any email, so you can type it here. So let's suppose I gave an email address, and when I click on this search, so see, so basically, see, it has found a match. Like this is the name, the person address, the person mobile date of birth, and the addresses, the phone numbers, and the email ID. And it has also find one more, the person which is using this. So this is the thing through which you will be able to find. So now, for example, I want to search for by a person name. So I want state and city. If I search, so see, it has found out two users and their addresses or the details which are being found in the database. And apart from this, there is a website called Spokio. So here it is also searching for the users, and accordingly it is showing you the results. So these are some of the basic tools. So of course they also offer you the paid plan, and using this paid plan then we are able to find out. So see, these all results we are able to find out for a particular name and for a particular location. Then coming to the next tool, if I talk about, then I am opening my Kali machine, and I would be showing you one tool which is called this harvester. So this harvester is also used to find out the subdomains, the email addresses, and some other details also. So let me talk about this command. So I put this the harvester, then the domain name for which I want to search, and then there these are some of the flags. So these flags you can find out by opening this help menu. So when you open this the help menu, so here you would be able to find out the complete flags. So I urge you to find to check for these flags. But yes, let us just start the thing. So now I would be brute forcing for this the harvester, and using this brute forcing, it is basically searching the search engines, and it is basically extracting the information that this tool would be able to got. So after this tool will be completed, so now we will be able to find out what all things we have got. So till then it is working. Let me take you back to this OSINT framework. And if I talk about the email addresses menu, so in this email address menu, we can also search for this. So this Hunter is also a very good website. So you have to sign up on this Hunter. So when you are able to sign out, so sign up. So see here you would find an option called Finder. So like for example, I want to find out the emails related to this microsoft.com domain. So when I click on this search, so see it has find out 39,000 results of this microsoft.com domain. And see it has listed here like this is the name, this is the email, and where that the designation of that person, and it is also carrying out the LinkedIn profile of that particular person also. So then you can save it as a lead, and you want to send it to mass mail. So I urge you to explore this Hunter in detail. But yes, as of now we are just able to find out, like if I want to find out the person name, and then if I send the domain name, so it will be able to find out the domain the email address if it is available in the Hunter database. So let us see. Okay, it is still working, the harvester is still working. Okay, no worries, let me show you the other things. Now if I go to this uh, email addresses, so yes, then if I go to this breach data, so in this breach data, if I go to this have I been pawned, so you can check for the email ID whether that email address is breached, or whether that email ID is find out in any breached database. So when I click on this pawn, so it is checked, and see it is saying oh no pawn, and it is found in 72 times data breaches. So you can check your email ID also, and if your email ID is find out in this data breaches, so immediately change your passwords and check on which apps you have given the permission But yes, if I say, so see, it is saying like this is breached in 2013, then in 2015, and the name of the websites also, and what the details they have taken out. So the attackers have basically taken out the email addresses, the IP addresses, passwords, and username in this case. Then in this case, they are able to take out the email addresses and the passwords. So similarly, you would be able to see and enumerate. So these are some of the things that you should practice, and then you can explore other tools which are also mentioned here. Next, if I talk about this domain name enumeration, so for domain name enumeration, I urge you to go to this domain name. Then, if I say this who is records, so if I click on this who is records, then in the who is records, there is a very good website which is termed as this viewdns.info. So, like for example, you have a domain name. So, I am looking for the IP address of that domain name. So I have got an IP address. So I have copied that IP address and I put that IP address here. And when I click on this lookup, so see, all those domain names which are being hosted on this particular IP are being listed here. So see how many domain names I have found on this IP. I have found this 14,371 domain names. And then if I talk about this who is lookup, so for example, I want to know for a particular person, like on which domains they are being registered. So when I click on this and I click on lookup, so see, it has given it has given 5,067 domains which are being registered under that person, which is known as John Doe. And these are the domain names which are being listed along with their registration date and the registrar. Then if you want to see the IP history, so for example, I want to see for Microsoft.com. So when I click on this lookup, so see, the Microsoft.com is hosted on this IP. This is the location and this is the owner. And if I see, take you to back, so see in 2011, first it was hosted on that IP, and the location would be this, and slowly this is Singapore. So there are different IP history which are being deployed on that domain. So if you want to check that history, you can use this command. Then if I say to complete DNS report, I want to generate a report. So you can check the whole DNS records here. So all the DNS records, if they are having problem in it, they would be marked as some error or like this. But if they are showing a green tick one, so then it is termed as like they are working properly. So similarly, I want to see what all domains that are using the Google Mail service. So I type the MX record of Google, and when I click on this lookup, so see, it is find out these many domain names which are using the email service of Google. So accordingly, we will be able to enumerate further. Then, for example, you want to find a location of a particular IP. So you put that IP address. So here you would be able to find out like in which city or in which state or in which region that particular username or that particular IP address and the exact coordinates you are also able to find out. So whether now you want to check whether your website is opening on in China or maybe in Iran, so you can enter your domain name, and when you click on this check, so see, it is able to find out like this website is basically working in these all regions across the China. So let's suppose I type a domain name which we termed as this Google. So see, it is saying in all these regions, the Google is not accessible. And we all know, like Google is basically not working in China. So this is how we are able to find. Sometimes maybe my website is not running. So if I want to check whether my website is running globally or there is perhaps some issue at my end, so you check here and see if it is available globally, so you will be getting this green tick. And otherwise, and so for that you would be able to find out like this. And still, if you are able to have a problem opening the website at your end, so these are some of the steps which you can do to check whether that particular website is working at your end or not. Okay, then let us go to this one. Yes, see, so what this harvester has found, this harvester has found out some ASNs, then it has found out some URLs, the IP addresses which have found out, some of the email addresses it has found out, and some of the host it has taken out. So let's suppose I have taken this ASN number, and now if I want to check this ASN number, so yes, here this ASN lookup is there. So when I click on here and when I click on this lookup, so when I click on this lookup, see, so using that ASN number, we are able to find out the complete details of an organization, and then we would be enumerating. So in my earlier video I have explained like what all things we can find out by this ASN number, and I also urge you to read about this ASN number, what does this autonomous system stand for, along with this BGP, the border gateway protocol, which is the backbone of the internet, how these are working. So you read, and in case you have any problem, so let me know in the chat section, and then we will be covering the same in the upcoming session. Now, if I talk about this IP, so you can explore all the tools which are mentioned here. But yes, I am telling you some of the major tools which we've come across or which is more important to use. So then we are able to find out, right? So now if I talk about this IP loggers, so yes, in the IP logger there is a tool called this Grabify. So what does this Grabify means? So for example, I want to know a person IP address and I want to know its exact location. So using this Grabify, I would be able to create a URL. Like for example, I am creating a URL. When I creating the URL, so this is the link which is being generated. So I have to send it to the victim. So now I copied it and I am opening it on my other machine. And when I am clicking this, so see, using this, the link which I have put in this, I have put this link under that Grabify link. And now when I go to this tracking URL, so the victim has opened its this URL, and see, I am here able to find out the IP address of the victim machine. So using this, I am able to take out like the exact coordinates. And when I click on this more info, so see, I am able to find out like what are the IP address and what is the information and what is the exact IP address of that particular machine. And using that public IP address, I would be able to scan the coordinates, and I would be able to plan the an attacker would be able to plan the attack. Okay. Then if I talk about like there are some of the things, yes, like this images, videos, and docs. So if I click on this images, videos, and docs, so then if we want to see some web cameras that are open, so you can go to this insect cam. So when you click on this insect cam, see, it has find out some web cameras which are live. See, like this. So if you click on this, see. These are some of the web cameras which are basically live. So they are not protected by any username and password. So yes, so you can use, you can see if, okay. Next, if I talk about some more other information. So yes, if I talk about this people search, so there are this people search engine, then you can go to this general people search. Then using this general people search, you can search for the particular people. Like for example, I would be using this MII. So yes, like I am using this person name. So when I click on this, so see, it is searching for all the information and see, it is able to find out all the John Doe people, and you can click, and there the name of the websites are also listed here. Okay, then some of the tools that are being like, okay, and of course you can search for all other tools which are being listed here, like the telephone numbers or the transportation or the geolocations, or you can search for specific search engines. Okay, you can take out the metadata here, you can search for classified directories. But let me show you this encoding decoding. So there, this is a very great tool called this cyber chef. So for example, I want I have written a text like this, hello and welcome. Now I want it to decode it to base 64. So to base 64 I want to decode, so I have to drag and drop this here, and then I have to click on this big. So when I click here, see, it has converted this text into the base 64 text. Now suppose if I want to decode it, so I put this here, and from base 64, see, this particular text has been encoded from this. So similarly, you would be able to extract this hashing algorithms, SHA, SHA2, MD5. So you can use any of these to encrypt or decrypt your thing. So let's, for example, I want to convert this to MD5. So I put it here. So using this, see, the MD5 hash has been generated for this particular text. So accordingly, you can use this MD SHA, SHA1, SHA2 for this encoding and decoding function. So you can also use, like, for example, if you receive any hash value and if you want to crack it, so then there is a website called crackstation.net. So you can go to this crackstation.net and put this hash here. And when you click on this and you click on crack hashes, so if this particular hash is available in the database of this crack station, so you would be able to take out the value which is being stored here. So you all know, like, these passwords will be stored in hashes. So anyways, if you want to crack these hashes, so you can use this crack station. And these are some of the formats which are being supported by the crack station, this LM, NTLM, MD2, MD5. There are a lot of uh, hashing algorithms which are being cracked by this crackstation.net. Okay, then suppose now if I want to run an automation tool, so that automation tool is called this Photon. And again, you can check the help of Photon by going to minus minus URL. And when you go to this Photon, so you can type this minus u for the URL. Then I would be putting this level. So level would be going three level down in this website cyberian.com. The timing should be 200 and the wayback URLs should be taken. So when I click on this, so see what I am able to find out. The tool is basically running. So it is basically taking out the data from this archive.org. And when it is taking the data from this archive.org, so then see what we have found. So it is basically preparing the report, and then it will create a directory, and using this directory we will be going inside that directory, and in that directory we would be getting some files of the URLs that this particular tool has find out. So let's take it will take some time. So till then I would be explaining you one two three more. Suppose you receive a file or you receive a link and you are not sure whether to open that link or whether that link is malicious or not. So I urge you to go to this website, which is called this virustotal.com. So in virustotal.com, you can upload that file which you want to scan, or you can also scan for a particular URL. So let's suppose I give this website a URL, and it will start scanning that URL. And if that link is malicious, it will be raising a flag. So see, it is clean. So now you are able to browse that website without any hassle. So you can use this as a tool to work it. Okay. Okay. It is still running. No worries. Then we will be going to this web application attacks. So yes, if I talk about the top 10 vulnerabilities that we are able to find out, is an organization called OWASP. And this OWASP is basically listing the top 10 web application security risk. So all those people who are from the web application background, so they should look for these vulnerabilities which are being listed in the as a 2021, because in every 4 years this database or this listing is basically updated. So as you are able to see, there are three top vulnerabilities which have found their place in 2021, and now in 2025, in the first quarter, first half. So then the list will be revising. But yes, as of now, I urge, like, this would be a very big topic. Like, what do we understand by this broken access control or cryptographic failure or injection? Because that comes under this web application attacks. So maybe we can plan this web application attack sessions. Um later, and then, but yes, I urge you to read more about this, because as a web developer you should keep your website free from these type of attacks, because these type of attacks, see, and these are basically listed here. So if I talk about this broken access control, so in the broken access control there are basically 34 different vulnerabilities which are being listed. So all these 34 weaknesses are basically mapped to this broken access control. So you start reading, you start analyzing this, and once you are able to learn this, so then you would be able to protect your application from these type of attacks which the attackers would be able to perform. So you would be learning this SQL injection in this, you would be able to learn this the server side cross site script attack forgery and other things. So you would find out a lot about this. So read about this, and then next, if I talk about then the what the attack using the how the attackers would be exploiting the getting the payloads to exploit the vulnerabilities in the system. So there is a website called this exploit DB. So when you go to this exploit DB, you would be going to this, you would be seeing this. Like, these are some of the payloads which are being shown here. So see, this XSS we have talked there, and this authentication bypass is also talked there. So what it talks about there is elber esc dvb and this. So suppose if I want to check for this stored xss, so when I click on this stored xss, see, all these vulnerabilities which are listed here are being listed here, and it is also showing you the platforms. Like, if I talk about, and there is a micro Weber 2.0.15. So this is a website like microweber 2.0.15, and then if you are able to go, so see, it is also showing you like how you can generate that vulnerability. You have to log in into the application, go to the user and edit profile. In the first name field, input the following payload. So then you insert this payload, and when you save, so then you would be saying, like, after this saving, an alert box will automatically appears. So this would be an example of this. So yes, this the practical we will be seeing, but yes, you can search for this. See, a WordPress plugin, admin bar, and dashboard access controller. So using this, you would be able to find out. You want to find out some SSH vulnerability. You can click on the payload for this SSH. So you click on this SSH, you would be able to filter out these SSH. And using these SSH, see, these are some of the types, like you want to create a DOS attack, or you want to create a remote shell access on this Solaris Sun SSH, or you want to search for this Open SSH. That if they are, these are different types of SSH services. So see, and it was reported in 2019, and it is reported in 2018, and it is also verified. So basically using this you would be able to find out. And yes, this Google hacking we have find out. So when we click on this Google hacking, see, these are some of the cheat sheets through which we are able to find out. See, so you can copy that, you can make changes, and then you can search in Google. So all that information which is normally we are not able to find out, so using this Google docking we are able to find out. So this we have covered in the last session. So yes, now uh, next we will be moving towards analyzing okay, go to this OWASP. So now if I want to search for some tools, or maybe you can search for these things, like see this, these are some of the tools which are being listed here. So there are AI tools also. I will also be showing you one of the AI which we can run on our shell of the Kali shell. So that is called this shell GPT. I will also be explaining you. Yes. So if I talk about this documents and documentation or evidence capture, so in this documentation and capture, so we can go to this timeline and this web browsing, and then in the web browsing we can go to this archive.js. So suppose if I want to archive a particular website URL, so if I click on this save, it will automatically be saved in this archive. So if I go to this archive, and if I am checking for this particular website, so it has cached the website snapshots on all the particular dates. So let the request proceeds. So if you want to check whether that particular website, how a particular website looks like in 2010, so if you go to this 2010, okay, this is again not working, but yes, you can try it on your system, and then you can search for, or maybe I can search for some other domain. No, it is not working. Okay, no worries. So see, then I would be explaining to you one more tool, which is called this Multigo. So till the time this Multigo is, you have to run this community edition of the Multigo. You have to sign in, you have to create an ID, and then after creating an ID, then you have to sign in. So Multigo is a paid tool, but as a community edition, it will give you 200 credits per month. So 200 credits, and this Multigo is basically an open source intelligence tool through which we are able to perform our all the OS int things which we have checked from the browser. So using this Multigo, we are able to run these tools, and it would automate our process. So let me just explain. So as of now, I just click on next, 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 and again I have said, I told you like for the free version, you will be using this community edition. So you install this Multigo in your machine using this community edition. And once it is set up, I will explain to you like how it is performed. So see, uh, first you have to click on this new. So when you click on this new, then there are different subjects which you can work on. So let's assume I want to do the enumeration of a domain. So I drag and drop this domain. So when you double click on this, you would be putting a domain name. And when you press enter, okay, then if you right click on this, so there are a lot of things which you can do from this. So let's suppose I want to find out this name servers of that domain. So you just have to click on this ns. When you click on this ns, so see, it has find out the name servers of that particular domain. Now, if I want to find out the mail server, yani MX servers, so you just have to click on this MX. See, it has find out the MX. Now, if I want to enumerate this, so when I click on this, so suppose I want to find out like any particular email address which is being hosted. No, then, for example, any other thing, yes, maybe the SPF record, if I'm able to take out, see, this is the SPF record. So accordingly, all the things which we are able to think, we would be able to do it, right? So similarly, if you have a IP address, like, let me show you. So if that is an IP address, so if I right click on that particular IP address, so see all these details are basically listed here. Okay. So if I want to this IP address location, so you can check for all these things, IPv6, the name servers, the records, and the other things you would be able to find out from here. You can search for all these things which are being listed here. Okay, search for a particular device, for a particular company, for an education. So the whole open source intelligence would be basically transformed from here. Okay, so it is not doing any transformations, but yes, this is. Let us check for some other if we are yes. Okay, so maybe if I talk about a company, yes, so you can do for a particular company and you can right click like an identity or to email address within the property. So yes, using this, if these particular things are find out, so it will be listed here. Okay, then coming to the last tool of today. So this will be termed as the the shell GPT, if I say. So yes, using this shell GPT. So yes, you have to write this shell GPT. And for example, I have I have given a question like what is the capital of France? And when I press enter, so see it gives me the response. So based on that, I would be able to find out like yes, this is working. So now if I want to scan a machine, or if I want to plan an attack, or if I want to run a command on my Linux terminal and I'm not sure about that command. So what I'm doing, I would be putting some commands into this shell GPT, and then that shell GPT will be listing the commands and it will be starting the attack for the attacker. So let us quickly, like I am opening a virtual machine, and I would be performing an attack from my attacking machine to the victim machine. So then that machine would be a attack victim machine, and I would be starting the attack from my attacking machine. And since I don't know the command, I just write a simple syntax, and then when I press enter, so you will see it will start scanning and it will start running the things. See, so I have listed here, like I want the shell command to perform an XMS scan on the target IP, and I have listed my target machine IP here. So it says this would be the command that I would be performing. So now I want it to execute, and when I press on execute, see, see. So using this, we are able to find out and we are able to scan. So accordingly, you can search for the help section, and you would be able to, like if you are not able to recall the exact syntax, so then you can use this shell GPT and run your thing. Now, if I talk about, there is also a tool which automates our thing. This is called that Recon NG. Mm. I'll just restarted it because it is not working. So let us try one more time. So this tool is also used for automating the task. It has some modules listed inside it, but I think it is not working. So maybe we can look for that tool tomorrow. And in case you guys have any question in today's session, so you can share the questions in the chat. So see, it has now basically loaded. So now if I want to can show you some of the tool like commands. So first command is the dash. So see, here are two basically modules which are being loaded here. Okay, so let's see how we are able to find. So all the modules which are being listed are being shown as a marketplace. So I have, when I click on this marketplace search, so I am able to find out all the modules which are shown here. Okay, then suppose I want to install a particular module. So then I would be looking into this marketplace, install, and then, for example, I would be installing, like, for example, for example, I would be installing this. Okay. So you would be putting the name, and when you click on enter, it will install this. Okay, no worries, guys. This we will be uh, look looking tomorrow. So yes, as of now, if you have any comments, you can let me know, or else we can end this today's session.
Hello, sir. I don't see any questions as of now. There were a few hellos, just
Okay.
that. Yeah, but in case you want to wait, otherwise, let me know.
Okay, no worries. Let's wait for some time. Then otherwise we can end today's session.
Okay,
So
sir.
tomorrow would be the question and answer sessions along with how to make a
Career
career or how to
conversation.
start, yes, how to start your career conversation in this cybersecurity. So I urge you to keep posting the questions so that I would be able to explain them.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Okay. So I don't think anybody have a question from today. So still, guys, if you have any question, let us know.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for doing this. And even I enjoyed this session a lot, so I'm pretty sure the audience is going to love it. Thank you so much for giving us your valuable time.
Okay. Thank you.